My name is Bozenna Hinton and I work for TAL Life as Head of Portfolio Management. I work in the individual life team covering retail and direct products and am responsible for overseeing the commercial performance of the business. I am Chair of the International Committee.
My name is Kirsten Flynn and I have recently rejoined TAL Life as Pricing Review Actuary after spending 2 years at Protective Life in the US. I work in the finance team and prepare LPS 320 advice, assisting the appointed actuary, as well as getting involved in other strategic projects. I am a member of the International Committee.
There's been a lot happening internationally this year, and Kirsten and I will cover some of the highlights. Every 4 years, the International Actuarial Association holds an International Congress of Actuaries. This year, the host was the German Actuarial Society, and over 2,000 actuaries attended the ICA 2018 conference in Berlin. This is the biggest ICA yet. As well as having the chance to mingle with international colleagues, the International Congress of Actuaries is a great opportunity to understand what is happening around the world.
This year, the Germans also introduced a virtual side to the conference, with the sessions being recorded and available online until the end of 2018. The Actuaries Institute was a sponsor, so all of this content is available to our members. This is a great source of additional CPD and can be accessed via the Institute's website.
We were particularly excited about the ICA this year, as the next one will be held in 2022 in Sydney. Right now, it is full steam ahead as we begin the preparations.
In 2018, we also began a holistic review of our mutual recognition agreements. These arrangements are very important as they allow our members to be recognised as fellows internationally by the UK, by both the Casualty Actuarial Society and the Society of Actuaries in the US, by South Africa and Canada. We also work to make sure our qualifications are recognised by countries such as Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia and China.
This year, we established an Asia subcommittee, reflecting that many of our members are based in Asia. Likewise, many members of this subcommittee are also based in Asia and are able to provide useful input for Kitty Chan, our Institute staff member in Hong Kong. We note that developing a global strategy and growing international partnerships is one of our Institute's strategic goals.
The Asia Subcommittee is also working on a membership strategy for China. China is a subject of special attention because of the size of its insurance industry, its potential growth over the next few years, and its expected need for actuaries.
We're also letting our members know that the Actuarial Society of Hong Kong is in the process of setting up its own local exams. So, if you want to be a fellow of the Hong Kong Actuarial Society, then after you become a fellow in Australia, or the UK, or the US, you will soon need to pass a Hong Kong Actuarial Society core exam and one of 4 elective papers in either life insurance, general insurance, pensions or investments. The exams will be in English, and the proposal is that you will be given 1.5 hours to complete 60 multiple choice questions.
What this means is that those who are valid fellows of the Actuarial Society of Hong Kong on 1 January 2019 will be eligible for grandfathering, possibly upon undertaking a professional development course. If your Hong Kong Actuarial Society membership lapses after this date, then the local Hong Kong exams will need to be taken to become a Fellow of the Actuarial Society of Hong Kong. If you currently practice or plan to practice in Hong Kong, it may be in your interest to ensure that you are a valid Actuarial Society of Hong Kong Fellow by the end of 2018.
You will also be aware of the impact of IFRS 17. The International Actuarial Association's Insurance Accounting Committee was established to provide input into the International Accounting Standard Board's, or AASB's, development of accounting standards. While the Insurance Accounting Committee's scope covers all accounting standards, its focus in recent years has been on the new accounting standard for insurance contracts, IFRS 17. The Insurance Accounting Committee has been very active in the global discussions and debate on key interpretive issues, both during the development of IFRS 17 and also since it was issued in May 2017.
William Hines chairs the Insurance Accounting Committee and also sits as an observer on the IASB's Transition Resource Group. The Transition Resource Group has an important role to support preparers of financial statements in implementing IFRS 17 through a regular public forum in which key interpretive issues are discussed. In addition to supporting William on the Transition Resource Group and contributing to the global debate, the Insurance Accounting Committee is involved in the development of educational materials and practical guidance for actuaries in relation to IFRS 17. Brendan Council is Australia's representative on this committee.
Next year will be another busy year for the International Committee. We will really start the preparations for ICA 2022. This is a great opportunity to learn more about what actuaries do around the world and to develop relationships with actuaries overseas, as well as to meet new people and contribute to the Institute. We will be looking for volunteers to help with a range of tasks, including promoting the ICA to each overseas actuarial society. It should be a lot of fun.
We will also be continuing to contribute to the International Actuarial Association. The IAA is looking at possible ways of restructuring, and we have been invited to be a part of the discussions surrounding this. I expect this will continue well into next year, including at the 2019 meetings in Washington and Tokyo.
This year, we have also had the New Zealand President, Andrea Glias, join the International Committee, and we are keen to continue to work with our New Zealand members as much as possible.
Education continues to be a big focus internationally, including at the post-qualification stage. We plan on continuing to seek out international best practice so we can share with all of our members, as well as promoting the developments in Australia. It is useful to see what other associations are doing in terms of CPD, including some who are moving to an outputs-based assessment rather than an inputs assessment.
We will also continue to monitor developments in professionalism. The importance of doing the right thing and considering customer expectations is even more important following the recent Royal Commission and regulatory reviews. And it is useful to see what others are doing internationally to challenge our developments in these areas.
A substantial amount of content relevant to our members is produced internationally. Accessing this can help you meet your CPD requirements.
The Institute is always looking for volunteers to contribute, so please let us know if you are interested in volunteering.
Volunteering is a great way of staying in touch with what is happening internationally. I find that I can get caught up with what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, and volunteering is a way to help maintain a broader perspective. Looking at what is happening internationally is a good way of coming up with new ideas. We can learn from what others are doing around the world and see what could also be applicable in Australia.
Or else what not to do. I would also like to give a big thank you to all our International Committee members. The work of the committee depends on all of us working together, and I have been very lucky to work with a great group of committed members.
Thank you for joining us.